Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Guardian Tales video. What I'm going to be doing today is teaching you guys how to make your heroes stronger. That way you can know all of the different ways in one easy access video in order to power them up. So if you're wondering how to get your character to the absolute maximum power, that's what this video is going to be teaching you about today. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is we're going to do the really obvious one. So if you have your character here, let's say this is my character, right? The first thing is there's their level. The level goes up to level 63. You unlock the max levels by completing through the chapters. Once you've gotten to the last chapter, you will be at the maximum level, which is 63. Now you can limit break them, which will get them 63 to 64, 65, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 68, and means you can do limit break 5 times, which means you need 500 of these tokens here for when you pull like duplicate heroes, and you can get some of these through like events or in the shop, for instance, but mostly you get these from pulling duplicate heroes. Now, if we go back here, so that's the leveling system, okay? And how do you get experience? Well, if you want to give them experience, you basically do almost anything in the game. There's an experience dungeon. The tower is one of the best ways to get experience. The campaign, when you kill monsters in it, it all adds up, and then you spend the experience on your different heroes, okay? So that one's pretty self-explanatory. Now, let's move on to another way you can power the hero up. So there's the awakening. So what is awakening? Okay, so if you look here, you can see that I have my little character in the middle. There's all these little dots. So this is almost kind of like a, if you've played like a Path of Exile type of system. What happens is you have these different nodes, and you can purchase these nodes using the stones you get from the awakening dungeons. Okay, and we'll talk more about the dungeons later. Now, if you look here, you can see I have enough stones to do this one, so I can click learn. It costs 4,800 plus the stones. Pow, there it is. Now if I go through and I do all of these ones, right, and I completely encircle one of these circles here, what happens is then you can, well, I'm one away here, then you can purchase the one in the middle, which gives you this bonus here. Now, some of these are more important. You see how this one's shiny? That's because this one gives me a more important one, which is gives me the party HP increase. So people in my party have 5% more HP, for instance, and you can see it gets more and more important as you get farther down here. Look, party HP increase 10%, for instance. And so you can either go different ways in the route you want to go, or you can do all of them depending on really how you want to do it. Now, I do recommend maxing out one character as much as you possibly can. That way the person gets stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, right? But try to do that for whatever your best character is, and that's the character you probably are going to reroll for right when you start the game. If you need a rerolling guide, I'll throw it up here. That's the reroll guide and how you can start the game to get that character. Now, so that's the awakening, okay? You understand that? Let me show you how to get the awakening stones real quick. If you go to adventure here, and in the adventure, you go, where is it now? It's under the Rift. And the Rift unlocks, I believe you have to do chapter 2, if I remember correctly. You have to get through part of the chapters, and then you'll get this this Rift unlock here. And then there's the dungeons. Resource dungeons is gold, experience, and items. The Awakening dungeons here is the one I'm talking about. And this one will give you the Awakening stones. Now, depending upon the day, for instance, Monday is the red stones, Tuesday's blue stones, Wednesday's green, and then it cycles back around, okay? And then Sunday gives you those dream stones, which can be kind of hard to get. So make sure you're doing it on Sundays, and obviously as you beat through them, there's better and better stages you can clear to give you more and more rewards. So that is the way you do the awakening. So now we need to move on to the next portion of it. So we're gonna go back to the hero here. I'm gonna go back to my hero details. Now, there's the weapon. There's 2 slots here. That's because some people can do like a sword and a shield. A lot of the weapons are two-handed, like rifles, for instance, and this one as well is two-handed. Now, you don't have to have the EX weapon, meaning the super weapon that's meant for that character. This is the Armada. It's meant for this character. You don't have to have it, although it is significantly better if when you have a unique character, like a 3-star, natural 3-star character, that you do get the weapon for them, because it typically makes it way stronger. But one way you can make your character stronger is by enhancing your weapons, okay? So if you go to enhancing here, you can pick a weapon. Let's say you really like, oh, I don't know, this one. Okay, you're like, I really like this weapon, and what I want to do is bring it to 5-star or level it up. You can either enhance it just by crunching other, I don't recommend doing this because you're going to want these, and I'll show you why later. You can either like crunch these guys, be like, okay, I don't want this one, and use that as experience, which will help level it towards the next level. Or what you can do is you can actually evolve them here by just paying, it's 230,000 to go to 4 from a 5-star. I know my webcam's in the way here, but it will make it a 5-star. That way you can keep the same one that you already have, or you can do a random evolution, which turns whatever star it is into a random of the one higher, but you need to crunch in a whole bunch of your goodies. Like, look how much you have to do all of these, okay, just to get an 80% chance. So you can keep that in mind. Now, the evolutions are very important because the evolutions are how you're going to farm the majority of your 5-star weapons for your characters. You're going to get 4-star weapons, and then you're going to use 4-star fodder to get 100% and then crunch it to a random 5-star. And yes, you can get the unique weapons for it, but how you do that is, let me show you. So if you go to random evolution here, you're like, no, I don't need this one. I want random evolution, something else. So you go down to these lower ranked ones, and this is how you get your weapons, okay? And you crunch together, look at this, the lower ranked ones, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna crunch together the 1-stars, make myself a 2-star. Pow, now you have a 2-star. Then you go your 2-stars, okay? I think you're gonna start to get it here pretty quickly. You crunch together the 2-stars. It goes from 2 to 4 needed, and then, okay, now we crunch those together. Now we have a 3-star, right? We got random 3-star. Okay, so now we have a 3-star fodder. You get what I'm doing here? You take the 3, so you crunch everything up, okay? You crunch this stuff up, and you try to crunch the ones that you're not going to use, or you don't think are good, or that you don't want to promote, and you build them up like this. Let me show you. I'm going to do it on this one here so you can see. Actually, I kind of want to keep that one. Yeah, sure, the staff can go, the boombox, why not? So then here we go. Here's a 4-star now. Pow, and then we have another random 4-star fodder, and we can use this 4-star fodder, the Gauntlet of Brilliance there. See, I have a 5-star Gauntlet of Brilliance I got from the random evolving and rated, but we could use the 4-star one as a fodder to go for a 5-star. So you get what I'm saying? That's how you can get these type of weapons. So now, once you have the weapons, you can enhance them, but if you get multiple of the same weapon, you can limit break it by taking the same weapon. In fact, I can actually show you this here. If I go here, and I'm not going to limit break it on this one because I don't want to. I want to save my weapon. But if you go here, you can take it and you can actually limit break it for 25,000 and will increase the maximum level to 64. And you can do this up to 5 times just like you can a person. So you can get a level 68 weapon and a level 68 hero. There's also the hero evolution, which I should show you. So these guys are both 5-star. You can see up here, there's the star system. They star as a natural 3-star, then they go 4 and 5. Now you can evolve characters. For instance, here is a 3-star, right? Natural 3-star, a legendary basically, and I need to turn her into a 5-star. And so if I wanted to do that, go to hero evolution. You see here I have 74 out of 320. Now there's 2 ways you can get these evolution stones. You can purchase them with the duplicate points I was talking about earlier by going down here, finding the one you want, spinning the points, getting the 40 shards. It's 20 for the unique characters or 10 for the ones that aren't unique, and then you can purchase your way up on them, okay? So that's one way they do it. The other way you can do it here is go through the evolution dungeon, which is where you can farm them, and the evolution dungeon you just use your energy on, so you can auto repeat it and basically farm this if necessary, okay? So that's one way they do it as well. Okay, we need to talk about the rings and accessory system. Now, the rings and accessories can be a little bit confusing because there's so many different options. Really, it kind of comes down to this. You want to match the right ring with the right type of person. So if you look at this one, for instance, and we compare these rings, if you look, this one's fire attack type. This one's got crit chance, skill damage, attack, and HP. She's a water type. So if I put fire type attack bonus on her, she's not going to get any bonus from that. Okay, pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. The other thing is she's a tanker, right? So she's taunting people. She has a shield and all that based upon her HP. So maybe you want to stack her with HP. I don't really have a really good tanking ring. That's why I don't have like an insane tanking ring on her right now. But if I had one, I would probably put it on her. Okay, so just try to max the peaches, Jesus. Try to max the pieces to the type of character they are. Water with water, fire with fire, tanky with tanky. You got it. Okay, pretty simple. Now the card system's actually a little bit more complicated. You see here, there's these you unlock as you play through the game and do side quests and stuff too. This is why it's important to do side quests, because there's all kinds of different cards. Like this one does heal plus 10%, so I'd have it on my healer. You know, this one does defense plus 7%, etc., right? This one does injury damage 100% negated. That's really cool. Which is, I'm sure that'd be good when you're dealing with PvP type things. So things of that nature, the card system is what I'm referring to here by things of that nature. These you'll unlock as you play through the game, and I highly recommend just doing all your side quests, you'll get them all. Some of them are way better than the other ones, like injury 100% negated. I mean, that's pretty insane, right? Whereas some of these are just like 2% damage or something. Look at 8% attack increase on enemy kills. So you can build people like a farmer or something. You know what I mean? You can build people different types of builds with the different cards, as well as you match them with the rings. Okay, and this is kind of where you get a little bit of play in terms of your builds, because most of these characters are set in stone when it comes to their weapon choice. Like, you really want to get their EX weapon. Like, for instance, here, this guy here, he's got his EX weapon on him too, right? Pure Mind. And look at this one. Because of it, on a hit, energy explodes by a certain distance, inflicts 20% of DPS, and decreases melee defense by 20% for 5 seconds. Then he gets a weapon skill bonus also. You see what I mean? I mean, it's really big bonuses, like 20% here, 20% there. I mean, even some of their, look at this matching type bonus too. Even some of them have matching type bonus and stuff like that. So for that reason, the weapons are pretty much set in stone. You want to try to get their EX weapons, but if you have the wiggle room, or if you don't have their EX weapons, okay, you just started the game or something, try to maybe match like your fire type ring to your fire type sword, your water stuff to the water stuff, you know, do the build is basically what I'm saying. Pretty self-explanatory there. Okay, that's from like the hero interface, but there's a bunch of stuff that you may not realize that actually increases your power also that's off the screen. So if you go to your knowledge book here, for instance, and go like your hero, you see this here, I've completed some progress for her, right? Some of these give you gem rewards, but some of these actually give you attack bonus. You see, acquire the awakening node. If I max these out, you get an attack increase, attack increase, attack increase. Okay, so you get some additional power for yourself there, right? And as you go through, you get them from everybody. You see the knowledge bonus, attack increase, etc. Those are global stats. Are given with hero progress rewards. The bonuses are applied to all heroes. You see that? These are global bonus stats. So as you go through and work on each character, you're going to increase your overall power, which is why polling all the characters eventually is kind of important, so you can slowly build it up, but it's not 100% necessary. Now, if you go to items here, this is another really important one. There's knowledge rank for this too. You see here, level 17 apprentice, attack with one-handed sword equipped 1.7%. All right, you see here, technically it's an epic one-handed sword, okay, but she only attacks with the one hand, so I can't put some in her offhand. But you see here, I get plus 1.7 damage from the knowledge rank. If you go to these, when you collect new items, even from the random evolving, which is why the random evolving is so important, you get bonus gems for collecting new items, and then you also get new knowledge. So you see here, it ranks it up, right? Now I go from 2.0 to 2.1%, and I'm an expert rank, and you also get the bonus gem. So it's quite important, I believe personally, to do the random evolutions and make sure that you go through and collect as many things as you can. Even the costumes are quite cool because you get bonus HP, and again, this is global stats, so pretty important. Also, the collection gives you bonus, so if you look here for collecting certain sets, you can get things. So the Undying Flame we've collected, now that's a 1% attack increase. And look, here's more global bonuses, okay? These stack quite a bit. I mean, you get the collection bonus, you get the item bonus, you get the hero bonus. You can start to see why somebody with the same level like character, same level gear might dominate another person in PvP or something, by overall collecting a large portion of things. This is where welling in this game does actually benefit you. If you just well out on equipment and then use that to random evolve them into each other, they get new ones, you can advance fairly quickly. It's not worth it though. I'll say that again. I've welled and it's fun. I love the game a lot. I'm welling because I love the game. I want to make videos on it. I've been playing it all day long for like 3 days straight, but I wouldn't do it. I think the game, after playing through it, and I'm already on like halfway through Nightmare. I've gone through the original campaign by now. After playing it, I would say this game is very enjoyable because it's like a Bomberman single player comedy. RPG, almost a parody, and most of the enjoyability comes from like reading the dialogue and playing through the game. And I think that you could play the game as a little bit of a challenge to yourself to see how far you can get through this single player RPG and really enjoy it that way and think of it a little less of a gacha game, okay? That's where I would go. But if you are worried about getting your heroes all the way maxed out, hopefully you have that information now available to you. If this video did help you, consider liking the video to help this video get spread throughout YouTube, or subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. I appreciate your time today. I love you all and have a great day.